which each row is going to hold 3,000 milliliters. So since this is holding 3 rows, that's why it's 9,000. You've got the single over here, which can be good for isolated breeding. Yep, you can fill it up just like that. But here's a tip. If you notice the square that we're sitting on, and this works for us too. So like a standard square like this, you want to be able to fit a large crop plot in there easily, right? So follow me.
Yeah.
If you want to do them in a nice grid, and I don't think we have the snap feature yet, but if you'd like to do a bunch in a grid, you can place this low wall and then try to place the large crop plots in between. Now, if we don't have the snap feature for us on console, this will still work. You just have to sit here and float, kind of the way we do boxes in our TC room. But if you look, they snap to these positions, and then you can just delete the, I was going to say wireframe, the twig.
Oh, this is going to bother me, dude.
But
You see what you did here?
I kind of do it so I know the difference between the crop plots when I see them.
Okay, I got you. I wasn't sure if you did it on purpose. That's what I was saying.
No, but then now, yes.
Okay. So, a little bit while you're placing this, what is the reason that you want to fit like one in each square? Is it for more like,
Well,
like room management or like?
Yes. We don't want to always have rooms like this. Sometimes you'll just have builds, if you follow me. Sometimes you'll just have builds on the shoreline that are fishing and then just growing. So if you've got a large grow operation, this one light is actually fueling all of these crop plots. So if you want to be efficient with your sprinklers, this is why you would want to stick them in a grid.
This is crazy. I can't believe, like, I still can't believe that we like somehow have like all these crops, 4 large crop plots being powered by one light.
Oh, look, it's in the breeding process. Do you see that?
Where?
So this is in crossbreed, and so you see like these little
yeah, it says crossbreed.
particles.
0%.
So this is where you would place down other plants in proximity. We'll mess with this in a minute. Okay, so we planted red berries over here. So if you want,
with this one.
if you could take these blueberries and in the 4 corners, find us a decent amount of greens, because we have the red berries growing on the other side. We're trying to get our ore tea going. So this is why you want to have a bunch of seeds. Every time I place, it's RNG for these genetics. So I'm trying to find all green. Wow, look, this is the worst seed we've ever had. Look at this one. This is so bad. Could this be any worse? This one right here.
Dude, I got one that was all red over here.
Yeah, so typically you just have like a bone canif and you just knock them out. Yeah, because that's you don't want that breeding and messing up your genetics for anything else. And you got to be careful when you're planting these. I like to keep them spaced out.
Oh, this one's
because you don't want them accidentally breeding with the other plants. And that's why you save all seeds. That's why you always see me saving seeds, because I'm so used to just this.
Yeah, you're gonna go through a lot of seeds.
And a lot of times you kind of go through your stack and you're like, oh, this is the best one I have. Save your best one and stick it in a box. And so when you have a decent one, you want to let it grow to, I think, seedling, and then you can break it off into
duplicate or like clone it.
Cloning, yeah. And then there's like the different positions for the genetics makes a difference too. And
now
so
this
like
is
depending
RNG, right?
Yes, it is. That's why it's like the more seeds you have, the better chance you have to RNG something that's good. But the chances of you getting the super seeds, like this is a good start. Like this one is not great, but like it's got hardy, yield, and then a grow. So we can work with this one. We can breed out the X gene.
Ooh, look at this one. In the corner.
Ooh, we got a grow. I have something in position 1 and position 6 that's dog. Huh?
This one got 3 grows and 2 H's, and I'm missing.
Oh, perfect. So we'll wait for that one to go. This one would be good too if you want to save this one, because we need to breed out position 1.
Yield. I see what you mean.
What's up, Brent?
You're gonna wanna have the red ones, so then you could have open slots basically.
No. The red ones are always bad. You're gonna have to breed them out by putting like multiple greens on top of it. Like this. Oh my goodness, this one's terrible. It's just like a null slot. It's like an empty slot, but an empty slot is a bad slot because you want to. Oh my goodness, look at this one.
Oh jeez, this is
all
really
green,
good.
baby. So over here we're gonna paint a box, and this is where we're gonna stick our clones and stuff.
Beautiful. Oh, come on. Are you still placing them? Can you use, okay, so can you use natural sunlight?
Yes, but you're actually you won't make the plant happy 100% because you have a night cycle.
Mm.
So yes, but you're gonna get a very
Because I
beauty
remember
butter
back in the
plant.
days, people used to place these on the roof.
Yeah, it's because they didn't understand what they were doing. All right, let's check our. Ooh, this red one is terrible. So let's say we wanted to clone this red berry. You would hold E and then just pick clone, not clone all, because it's actually gonna pull everybody off the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Just take a clone, and then it's gonna make this plant just like so. And then we can actually see on the overlay here it says XYH XYH. So you actually get to see what the genetics are. So that's why you need a
take
box.
a clone, right?
Yeah, just take clone. And this is another reason why we like to put small boxes. So like in your growing room, having a storage container is very, very common. And so a lot of times you'll see people stick a small box under here. I think you can fit 2 of them under here or no. And then this is usually where you stick your clones to get started, you know, because you want to maximize your growing room. We'll make something more compact.
I'm gonna put a good clone in there.
Go for it. That's what they're for.
Look at this clone, dude.
Me too. Oh my goodness. A hardy. Oh, look, you got 3 grows and a yield. Jeez. Yeah, we want to save that one. That one's good. Here, so I got a trash clone here. I don't want to mix it in with the good stuff. I throw that off the edge of a. Yeah, dude, the one I had was trash.
Oh my god, dude. This one has
And remember,
like
that's just for our blueberries, right? Like we've got the red berries. So I'm gonna bust out these red seeds and we're gonna keep planting them.
Okay.
And then what we'll do after this, while we're waiting, is we'll create another grow thing on the next layer on top, and then we'll keep going through like questions and stuff.
So just to get it together, the G on the genetics means grow. The H means like hardy. So obviously it's less likely for it to be like not happy if it's on a cold weather or too hot or something like that. The Y is the yield. So obviously if you harvest it, you're gonna get more out of it than you normally would. And then the W, which is red, it means it takes more water for it to grow, or it consumes
the red
more
one?
water. Yeah. And then the X is just like an empty slot, but it's
A
not good.
not used slot, which is a bad slot because why would you have an empty slot when you can fill it with something that's positive?
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. So I'm just trying to get it like the good kind.
Yeah. I got
So
it.
like for example, like you said, we're in the snow biome, so obviously we would want to have the heaters on. So we have 2 heaters. These heaters usually work as a cone. So obviously they're overlapping each other, which is good. And now this is why you see on our temperatures is 100%, which means we're set up on it. You have one light for like literally a 2x2 of crop plots, and then it says 100% light. So this light is covering 4 crop plots, which is crazy. So this is minimalistic at its best. 81% water, I'm guessing is because it's not constantly being water all the time.
Which is okay. Like if it's, let's see our levels are like 8,000, 8,000. Usually when it gets down to like 5,000, you just take another one of these blue containers that we filled up and do this. You stand in the middle and watch. All of them are going to get hit. Because initially you're not going to have all the electronics to get it all automated. Because that takes more time.
Because that way, but this is
cool.
Look
right here. Look at this. See, it just went to clone. You see the sparkles that came off of it? Sorry, go ahead.
I saw that. It went to... Oh, look, they're crossbreeding right here. This one's
well, it's mature. In the crossbreeding stage. Hopefully it's not crossbreeding because it's going to mess up the genetics. Because
this one's mature. We don't have anything. It's stage mature, and this one is in the crossbreeding stage. So I want to know how you're going to breed them in a second, but... Okay, so we're doing good. So then what is it I want to say? Oh, yeah. So then the next thing is going to be ground. So what does the ground mean? And how can we get that to 100%? We have it at 75. Does that matter?
We're in the winter biome, so we're actually fighting against it. So if these horses step forward here, and we get them to eat and make poop. So if we have any leftovers, like old plants or something, go ahead and stick it in the composter over here, if you would, sir. Yeah, any kind of meat, any organics.
Can we just get poop in there?
What's up, Brent? No, well, you got to put something in. Well, you can put poop in there, and it makes fertilizer, but you can also stick like fish. Here, actually, we can spawn some. Here you go. Here's some fish you can catch at the bandit camp or whatever. There's a trout. How about some sardines? leave a couple slots for the actual. See what I mean? So watch over time. We get fertilizer, and then on these crop plots, we can actually open them up. We should be able to. Yep. And then you can place fertilizer on the inside to boost it. Now, we can still get yields if you're just trying to go through the stage of getting good genetics for crossbreeding. This is usually good enough. You don't need them to be like super good because they're not going to go to maturity. Maturity.
There you
So we really are just looking for good genetics, and we're going to clone them, and then that's it. So you don't have to worry too much about like this stage of it. And then we're going to do crossbreeding. We're going to need a whole other section of crop plots. So that's why I was like, because doing this genetic process takes time, and the more of these that we have, the quicker we can do it.
go.
So
Yeah, I see what you're
upstairs, I will place another row of stuff.
So for the first stage, all we're really doing is that we're just growing them, trying to get decent genetics out of them, and then just kind of growing them and then cloning them to then the next stage start crossbreeding them, right?
Correct. And then the crossbreeding stage.
So the way that we want to do this is by putting them in each corner to